Hello everyone, this is Uche Paragon. In today's video, I'm going to show you my lifestyle, my daily routine, how I do my stuff, how I live, how I trade, how I combine work, studies, and my lifestyle and my trading activities. I've been receiving a lot of emails, a lot of DM, and today I've decided to answer all the questions.
So, what is the worst trade you've taken?
My worst trading I've taken so far, I've taken a lot of worst trading. I think the most worst trading I took has been the one during the pandemic. It was one of the worst trading I've taken so far. But I can remember one of them, like during the pre-exist, that was 2016, the pre-exist. I took one of the trade and I was expecting that trade to gain. So I picked that trade. It wasn't really worst one for me, but I was expecting that trade will go down to my direction and I should make the profit. But one of the trade caught on stop loss before it came down for profit. So the one that came down for profit was the small one. The big trade caught at loss. The small trade didn't cut at loss and again. So I consider that one that caught at loss as one of my worst because the price I entered that trade was so low compared to when the market reality triggered. It's also another thing that happened is that the time I entered that trade was also low. Despite that, I knew that this thing is going to happen this way. And the news was always everywhere that if the British or the United Kingdom leave the EU, that the market will be very much like against them.
What do you think is the hardest indicator to use?
Every indicator is good. There's no hardest indicator. It's just all about how you're able to understand it. I don't see each of traders learn from different sources, and anyone you understand is one you will take.
What social media do you use to stay informed about the market?
I basically use Instagram more, and then I use LinkedIn. I'm very much active in LinkedIn because I meet a lot of professionals there.
What would you say is your best trade?
My best trade so far was also during the pandemic, and another best trade so far I've taken was also during the pre-exit because I made so much profit. No, I had the worst trade, I had the best trade.
So, technical analysis versus fundamental analysis. Which one do you think is better?
I think fundamental is the best. Fundamental analysis is the best analysis so far because fundamental controls technical.
So, can you give us a little insight of your strategies for managing emotions?
One, you need to kill your emotion. If you're a trader and your emotion is still alive, it means you're not yet a trader. The emotion need to die. Until you're emotionless, you won't be able to make a good, reasonable decision with your trade.
How do you assess the performance of your trading?
I think I have a good performance because my performance has third parties who analyze them. I don't validate my trade by myself. I have third parties analyze my trade at the end of the year, at the end of the month. And these third parties now use AI to validate my trade. Sometimes you could give me 80% success rate, so you give me 90% success rate. So give me 73% success rate.
I'm a 20-year-old trader. What would your advice be?
If you're a 20 years old trader, just focus more on knowledge. You don't need to focus more on how much you can make. Knowledge drives the market and knowledge drives the strategies.
I'm an 80-year-old trader. What advice would you give me?
If you're 80 years old trader and you can see the market clearly, you're good. Yeah, this is where I do my analysis. I do my live stream. I do my Zoom meeting and I connect and few of my friends who come around my house and we want to interact and analyze the market and we should bring them here. Then we analyze the market and I show them the stuff I can show them. Some of the stream I do on YouTube is here and I connect and I'm able to reach out in their world. Yeah, so basically my life, where I live and where I work is the same. I make sure I create the same thing I have in the office, I create the same thing at home. And anything about me is all about trading and all about the business I do. I work basically 2-4-7 at all the time. Here, I chill out a bit, relax. It's my small lounge where in case I have a visitor or want to have a very short chat with anyone, I stay here. I relax a bit. It's like a small lounge. Sometimes I trade here as well. But it's just where I used to have a chat with people anytime they're around. You can see my working station here. I work a lot. with people. This is like lounge. I have more than one or two of my workers who are around who are working on hybrid. So some of the people will be here, and we also have to connect in the system and see what is happening. But that place is not connected. But I'll just show you for record purposes. I'm here to maybe sometimes some of my clients will be here. I will be here and I'll be there, or I'll be in the lounge, or some other people could be sitting here. I'm realizing. So basically, the life of entrepreneurship is not easy. Life of a trader is not easy. There's a lot of things, a lot of work we need to put together to make sure that we get the best of it. It's not something that you just start and pay less attention to. It's something that requires a maximum concentration, maximum attention, and developing different type of strategy and creating an enabling environment that will enhance your creativity and analysis and make sure you come out successful.